Hi guys, this is Allison. So today I'm going to be doing my review of Teen Wolf Season 5, Episode 10. So this was the mid-season finale of Teen Wolf 5A. So, in my last video, I didn't know that it was going to be a two-part season, which is really exciting because that means we don't have to wait till next summer. Hooray! So 5B officially premieres in January, and I cannot be more excited. Literally, we have Teen Wolf coming back in January. Fingers crossed the 100 comes back in January as well. That'd be amazing. So let's get started with Teen Wolf. Okay, so last time we left off, basically, we know Theo is a weasel and needs to be exposed. And I was so happy he was finally exposed in this episode. Just so much stuff happened. Like, this episode was just filled with, like, so many emotions. And, like, the feels were real. Like, if you thought the feels were real in another episode, this, like, raised it to, like, tenfold. Just some highlights. I really like Cody Christian. I really do. He plays Theo. He is just so amazing because he can just like flip a switch to go from like normal and calm and, you know, the nice guy to be in Scott's pack, and then like just he flips a switch and he goes into evil Theo, which is crazy. Like, he's so freaking talented, and I feel like he's a great addition to this show, and I really enjoy seeing him on Teen Wolf. He plays an amazing villain, and I cannot wait to see where his character goes. I honestly feel like Theo and the Doctors are one of the most formidable villains we've had on the show. I feel like the other formidable person was probably... Who else was another good villain? I can't even think. I'm so tired. But I just, in the seasons that we've had so far, 5 of them, I feel like he's just a really formidable villain. Like, he is so evil, and the Doctors are so... Like, they're a great team. Like, I feel like the Doctors are one thing, and then, like, Theo does, like, his own thing. Like, he has his own sideshow. It's just great. Okay, so the big thing was Scott going to give Hayden the bite? And I feel like with this, at first I was like, yeah, he totally gave her the bite. I mean, it could save her life. You know, she's been injected with mercury by the doctors, and she's dying, and she's considered a failure. And so, of course, Liam is devastated because he's like, I love Hayden. I don't want anything bad to happen to her. So he pleads Scott to give her the bite, and then Scott says, no, I'm not going to do that. And Liam becomes very upset. I understand Scott's reasoning because he says, you know, like, what if it kills her? What if she doesn't turn into a werewolf? What if she turns into something else? Like, this is what the Doctors want. They want me to be a killer and to create hybrids. That's what they're creating, are hybrids. And it was interesting. I'm kind of glad that Scott didn't give her the bite. It was emotional. I really feel like Hayden and Liam's relationship is very Scott and Allison-esque because, you know, they both meet at school and they have, like, quirky little relationships. It's like that first love that Scott and Allison had. Like, Scott and Allison were each other's first love, and then Hayden and Liam were each other's first loves, and so I feel like it was very similar in that respect. And watching Wolf Watch, Jeff Davis said that he did that on purpose, which was really exciting because Scott and Allison is probably my ultimate ship besides Cydia. I really miss Allison a lot. And it's sad not having her on the show. So it was nice to be reminded of, like, just sweet love that Scott and Allison had and Liam and Hayden's relationship. I was totally devastated when Hayden died. I was like, what? Why? Why? It's so sad. And, like, Liam wasn't even there. That's a whole nother story. I'll get to that in a second. It was just crazy. Okay, so moving on to the whole Stiles drama with Scott. Okay, so I feel bad for Stiles. I really do, because he was fighting for his life, and he didn't want to kill Donovan, and then Theo saw him and was, like, blackmailing him and broke up the pack, basically, because he wanted to start his own pack. It was just crazy. Like, I feel like Stiles punching Theo was a long time overdue. Like, Theo needed a good punch in the face, and it was crazy how he was like, that's what I want to see. That's what I want. Void. Like, he really wanted Void Stiles. I was like, I don't know. I just was like, do you really want Void Stiles? Like, are you... Like, I don't feel like that's a good idea. But again, Theo's crazy. So to him, it's like, yeah, I need all these crazy people in my pack. It's just crazy. And the whole scenario between, like, finding your dad and saving Scott was so hard because, like, that's the two of the most important people in Stiles' life is his best friend Scott and his dad, Sheriff Selinsky. It just was really emotional. And I just was like, why? And that last scene when Stiles ran to his dad, Oh my gosh. I really hope Zelensky's not dead. That'd be really upsetting. Okay, really quick. Another thing. I really liked this. I really liked the fight between Liam and Scott. That was so intense whenever Theo spread the Mountain Ash and he was able to go through it, which is even crazier because he's not even allowed to, but yet he's a hybrid created by the doctors. He's a chimera, which is, I was not, I mean, I knew he was a werewolf, but I didn't know he was a chimera. So I feel like that whole fight between Liam and Scott was really intense. I really liked it. It was interesting. It didn't get boring. And I feel like it was realistic. You know, Liam is out of control. It's a supermoon. He's angry. And then Theo used it to his advantage because he wants Scott to be killed by his own beta. So then Liam could be alpha, and then Theo could steal the alpha powers from Theo. It's just like crazy. I love that fight scene. Yeah, that was just really intense. The scene where Scott is dying. He died, and Melissa is running, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Is Scott, like, dead? Like, I was speechless. I was literally just had my hands up to my face, and I just was thinking, oh my gosh. Holy crud. What is going on? And I just love how Melissa, like, I feel like she has some of the best lines in this series. I love how she's the voice of wisdom, the voice of reason, and she's there for her son, and she doesn't give up on her son. And, you know, I forget his name, crap. Mason. Mason's like, he's dead, like, what are you doing? And then Mama McCall's like, no, he's not. And she kept doing CPR, and she finally, like, brings him back to life. It's just crazy insanity. So let's talk about, I'm so tired, I can't remember any names, sorry. Okay, Parrish, Parrish. Okay, so Parrish being a hellhound, I was not seeing that coming at all. I thought he was going to be a phoenix, but the hellhound was interesting. I like that aspect. I don't like the ship of Marish, but I like how Lydia has another friend who has to do with dead people and dealing with dead things and, like, protecting the dead and, you know, predicting who's going to die. I feel like that was a sweet moment that they had together. Lydia being slapped by Theo. Oh my gosh. Don't you dare touch Lydia. I wanted to freaking punch Theo. It was so sad what happened to her. Like, oh my gosh. Like, is she alive? Is she, like, she's obviously not okay. Like, what's going to happen? I'm curious. Okay, the very end when Theo, like, basically awoke his pack of chimeras was so intense because, like, all those people are dead and evil, and they're chimeras, so they're out of control and just dangerous. And so he basically created his own pack of chimeras. That's crazy. This was such a good finale, like, such a good finale. I loved it. I'm really interested to see what happens in 5B. I don't know, like, I really want Kira to come back. I feel like that's not really been developed enough. I want her to come back. And I want to see more Silas and Lydia scenes. I want to know what happens with Scott, and did he lose his, like, I don't think he lost his alpha powers, but how are they going to be affected? You know, he feels like he's lost his pack, so I feel like that's going to be a really good redemption arc, him getting back his pack. I just really loved this season 5A mid-season finale. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think, and have a wonderful night. Bye, guys.